The House of the Dragon season finale was pretty brutal, but it could have been terrifying. The first season of the Game of Thrones prequel includes several intense birth scenes that emphasize the brutal nature of childbirth in Westeros. Indeed, the very first episode features a particularly violent and bloody scene in which Queen Aemma's labor goes horribly wrong, and neither the mother nor the baby survives. Episode 6 features 2 more birth scenes, one in which Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen delivers her baby and then immediately marches through the Red Keep, trailing blood, and another in which Rhaenyra Velaryon commits suicide by dragon after her own labor goes awry.
I've reached the limit of my art.
Yet the series saves its most disturbing birth scene for the Season 1 finale, in which we see Rhaenyra enter labor prematurely and deliver a deformed, stillborn baby named Visenya. Although the camera doesn't linger too long on baby Visenya within the episode, a recent Instagram post from the series' prosthetic makeup designer Barry Gower gives us a closer look at the baby's design. Within the episode itself, it's hard to get a good look at the stillborn Visenya as she is covered in blood and held tightly in the arms of Rhaenyra. But Gower's post illuminates some of the finer details, with 2 brightly lit images of baby Visenya against a black background. The first one highlights her deformed nose and sunken face, and the second shows her cone-shaped skull. The most striking deformity present in these 2 images is the numerous dragon-like scales that cover Visenya's head, chest, and back. The second image shows that she has an abundance of these scales on the back of her head and running down her spine, and that the back of her head features an almost horn-like protrusion that accounts for her skull's shape. Considering the immense amount of detail shown in this small model, it's surprising that these scales are so obscured in the episode itself, especially since they are specifically mentioned in the series' source material Fire and Blood. In the Fire and Blood chapter, The Dying of the Dragons, a fool known as Mushroom claims that Rhaenyra cursed baby Visenya during her premature birth, calling her a monster and yelling for her to get out. Mushroom goes on to allege that these curses bore fruit when the Visenya was finally born, saying, "When the babe at last came forth, she proved indeed a monster, a stillborn girl, twisted and malformed, with a hole in her chest where her heart should have been, and a stubby, scaled tail." It's worth mentioning that Mushroom's account of the events in Fire and Blood is considered to be unreliable and exaggerated. So it makes sense that the design team chose to tone down his version of Visenya for House of the Dragon, while still making her somewhat dragon-like. Although this silicone model does not appear to include the tail, it's clear that the prosthetics team paid close attention to the details of Visenya's malformed appearance and scales, culminating in the design we see in Gower's Instagram post. It's hard to grasp the immense attention to detail that went into this model when watching the episode itself due to Visenya's incredibly brief appearance. Though Gower's post makes it abundantly clear that the prosthetics department went above and beyond to make this final birth scene really stand out amongst all the others in the series.